Hello and greetings to all. Namaste from India, wherever you are in this very wide yet very small world. I shall just share my screen now. So, I'm Michelle Elizabeth Jose, a 14-year-old 5th generation 9th standard beekeeper from India, and today I shall share about something which is really interesting, and that is about the role of children in beekeeping and also about the importance of conserving the native bee species. So, have you ever wondered how beekeeping will help the growth and development of young minds? Beekeeping is an activity which will surely influence the integral formation of a child. It will help a child to develop soft skills like problem solving, teamwork, creativity, listening, etc. The bees will teach a child to identify a problem, to analyze a problem, and to create a practical or theoretical solution to it. Also, as beekeeping is a teamwork, it's a teamwork between you and the bees, it's a teamwork between you and nature, it's a teamwork between you, the bees, nature, and the human friend who's helping you. So, the bees will teach you to work together as a team and to function very smoothly and influence each other in a team. Also, the bees will surely influence the thoughts of a young child. Bees are nature's most economic builders. Honeycombs are the most efficient structures in nature as each of the sorry walls meet each other at a precise 120-degree angle, which makes it a very perfect hexagon. And this is the most economic shape in nature. Also, bumblebees can solve very complex mathematical problems which kept even computers busy for days. That is the traveling salesman problem. So, the bees will surely influence the thoughts of a young child. Also, the bees will teach you to listen first and then to find a solution to any problem. Now, I shall share the story of the young beaks of AKJM. I am a student of AKJM Higher Secondary School, which is a reputed Jesuit institution in our locality, and the Beaks Club, which was started this year, is the brainchild of our beloved Vice Principal for the Linto Anto SG. The club consists of more than 40 students from class 7 to class 9. They're between the age group of 11 to 15. And yes, as the saying goes, we gotta catch them young. I'm quite happy to share that AKGM school is one among the very few schools in India which has a beekeeping organization or group which is set aside especially for the bees. The reason why we created such a club, the reason why we started such a club was to create a group of young beekeepers who are responsible citizens, who are young conservationists, while at the same time we want to improve their leadership qualities, critical thinking, and split second decision making skills and other capabilities. Also, we, the members of AKJM, believe that education is not just about learning what's there in the textbook. Education is about experimenting with a lot of stuff, and beekeeping did really fit the bill for us. The Beaks Club also includes campus cleaning drives and nature camps for the members itself. We'll be taking the students to a nearby tiger sanctuary by the end of December. And of course, we are planning to conduct exhibitions regarding the bees, generally regarding conservation. So these are the few images of the young beaks of AKJM. Only a few of them. Of course, I cannot do I cannot examine a colony with 40 students around me. So this is a group of young, promising beekeepers who I believe will be able to take beekeeping forward in a very serious manner. And we were able to have, we had a lot of fun that day, and the students were really interested too. So this is the whole team. These are the complete beaks of AKJM, and the one who's sitting in the middle is our coordinator, Father Anto Xavier, who's also a zoology teacher. He does everything in his power to ensure that the club functions in the most fruitful way ahead. Being a student, being a teenager, I believe that I'm easily able to communicate with other students and youngsters my age. I work very closely with the students and teenagers in my school and my neighborhood, and I just try to give them a little push into the world of bees. I try to encourage them to take up beekeeping as a hobby and also as a method through which they can earn their own pocket money so that they don't have to ask their parents for money every single time that they want to go to a store and grab a snack. I have around a dozen beehives at my home. Each of them are located in the surroundings of my home, and I take care of the Apis Cerana indica, which is the Indian hive bee. I personally collect honey from my hives, which is the icing on the cake, and I have been selling my honey using various social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, etc. since March last year. So far, I've got more than 200 regular customers and patrons from all across my India. So, I mentioned a very little bit about conserving the native bee species, which is the Apis cerana indica, the widely domesticated bee species of India. Another name for the Cerana is the Indian hive bee. So, why should we conserve native bees? Why should native bees be given a preference over invasive or migrant species? Native bees have evolved in their own particular ecosystem or environment and hence are very well adapted to the environment. They know the terrain, they know the climatical patterns, they know the different flora and fauna which is found in the region, and they are familiar with with the predators in those regions. Native bees pollinate native flora, especially the very small ones, and also native bees are shows more resistance to native diseases. Beekeeping is a field of work which gives more to the globe than what it takes from the earth. Beekeeping contributes to the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations directly. Out of the 17 goals, 7 of them can be influenced by the bees. The bees will help us to erase poverty. The bees will help us to erase hunger from the face of the planet. The bees promotes good health and well-being. The bees advocates for gender equality. The bees promotes decent work and will give a tug to the economy. The bees teaches us to be responsible in consumption and production. The bees takes a very strong stand against climate change, and the bees sustain the life on land. Imagine such a tiny creature is doing this much for our planet, is doing this much for humanity. Then imagine how much we humans will be able to do if we really put our minds into it. So that's it from me. And thank you for being here with me. And let's all, work together to save the bees. You can contact me via mishitanni@gmail.com or through my website www.indianbees.org. And I would like to thank the organizers for giving me an opportunity to speak again. Thank you.
Hello everyone. I feel so happy and honored to be here at the Australian Apitherapy Association conference for the second time. And this is an amazing thing because of the bee, a very small yet extremely powerful insect that call us together. Thank you so much for inviting me to this event. I'm Jan from Bali, Indonesia. In this occasion, I would like to talk about apitherapy, especially the benefit of living with bees. Apitherapy isn't something new in Bali, as my ancestors have been living with bees for thousands of years. We even have some ancient medical texts that recommend treatment using honey. When people talk about keeping bees, people will automatically think about honey and pollination. Actually, the best benefit of beekeeping is apitherapy. My ancestor probably doesn't know the word apitherapy, but they already applied it in their daily life in ancient times. By living with bees like this, my ancestors get beehive aromatherapy, bee sound healing therapy, and also bee venom therapy were obtained accidentally when they got stung by bees during the harvest. My ancestor used to harvest bee brood monthly when it's full moon. They harvest the bee brood for protein source of their family. They usually harvest 1 or 2 brood comb every month. Some people even can eat the brood comb raw, so people will eat so many bee products start from honey, bee pollen, larvae, pupa, worker jelly, royal jelly, and beeswax they got from the brood comb. People also eat bee venom from almost hatched bee. So I believe this kind of Balinese lifestyle make my ancestors live a long and healthy life. Now I also keep bees like what my ancestors did. As you can see here in my video. I put bees in every corner of my house, but the beekeeping that I do now is very different from my ancestors did in the past. I have never harvested and never consumed any bee product because beehive aromatherapy, bee sound healing therapy, and also bee venom therapy already make me and my family had no need go to doctor for more than 7 years. Now I only keep bees for apitherapy and bee conservation. And I also try to teach others to do the same. After I share my experience and give an apitherapy workshop, there is already one school in Bali who asked me to set up beehive in the student classroom. And to commemorate the World Bee Day, I often organize pre-beekeeping training, especially workshop about living with bees. Now I will talk about apitherapy for my family. Start from my own experience first. Before I keep bees, I used to do a lot of sport, starting from football, badminton, running, swimming, cycling, volleyball, table tennis, and futsal. And would often cycle to and from work. There was almost never a day without exercise, and I'm also vegetarian. But it doesn't make my immune system strong. I would always get cold, cough, and fever in one package, sometimes up to 4 times a year. And it would take more than a month for my body to fully recover if I was sick. One day, in 1992, I asked my father to take me to a traditional healer because when I had a cold, cough, and fever, my ears became deaf. And I thought someone was doing black magic on me, and that is why I asked my father to bring me to traditional Balinese healer. As it is happened, the disease was completely cured without medicine, but it's only by living in harmony with the bees. Now, I never had this problem for more than 7 years. Yes, bees bring miracles to my life, and it is because of beehive aromatherapy, bee sound healing therapy, and also bee venom therapy, all without actually consuming any bee product. The first picture on the left side is my first bee sting therapy I did on purpose, and it is posted on my Facebook on March 12, 2017. I used to have problem with my wrist. I had pain inside the joint of my wrist for more than 10 years. I tried to go to doctors, Balinese traditional healers, physiotherapists, and no one of them have been able to help me cure my wrist pain. Until finally, I tried to sting my wrist with bees, and my wrist pain was cured with just one-time therapy. It is unbelievable, but that is the fact. As you can see in the second picture, I also have experienced a disease called cervical root syndrome, which I suffer for more than 25 years. I have been trying for years to cure my cervical root syndrome by going to doctors, Balinese traditional healer, physiotherapists, but also no one has been able to help me with my pain up inside my neck bone. Even my physiotherapist suggested me to do a surgery, but I refused it. Until finally, in 2019, I treated my neck with bee sting, and only about 1 month bee sting treatment, my cervical root syndrome problem fully recovered. Can you imagine? 25 years cervical root syndrome problem is cured by a month of bee sting therapy. And this is the video on how I did my bee sting therapy for my wrist problem, and also for my cervical root syndrome problem. I only use dying bees for my bee venom therapy. Dying bee is a bee who come to the light after dark. The bee will fly on the light for a few minutes and then fall down and often remain crawling on the floor. All bees will leave their hive if they want to die. The bees who will die in the daytime will just leave the hive toward the sun. But the bee will die at night will leave the hive toward the electric light bulb. Ross Conrad is a former president of Vermont Beekeepers Association and also the author of two beekeeping books says that apitherapy can support our body heal itself, and I'm living proof.
Apitherapy, which is using products from the hive for healing and health. We're talking about something that is holistic in nature, so it's designed to help get the body to heal itself rather than do healing. And I think they try to create an environment where the body can heal itself. And so that's often what the focus of the use of bee products, apitherapy, is about.
Yes, my body has healed itself. Before I keep bees, I was struggling to cure my wound if I got cut. I had to use various treatments to heal my wound, starting from taking antibiotic, also applying wound medicine, and need to cover the wound. But with that many treatments, the wound took a long time to heal. But after I keep bees, I no longer need to treat if I'm injured. My body will quickly heal the wound by itself. It takes only about 24 hours and my wound will dry without any infection. Gastritis that I suffer for more than 30 years also heal without treatment after I live in harmony with the bees. I used to feel really bad in my stomach every time I woke up, but that problem is gone just 1 year after keeping bees. This is my son. The doctor used to say that my son have asthma problem. I used to bring him to see doctor almost every month for nebulizer treatment when he was younger. But his asthma disappeared just after 1 year living with bees. I usually invite him to sting himself with bees, and he prefers to do this rather than going to see doctor. And this is my wife. She used to have really bad bronchitis before I keep bees. Her bronchitis is now gone without medication. She also loves to do microsting therapy on her face after I saw her a video from National Geographic Channel. She's using bee venom for anti-aging, prevent wrinkle, and also stimulate her skin to produce collagen naturally. My wife also used my beeswax for the treatment of her skin. She is now 41 years old, but she looks much younger than her age. My mother used bee sting therapy to treat the stingles on her neck and her left shoulder. My mother will not be able to sleep before she stings her feet at least with 4 bees to ease the pain she feels. I usually help her to do this whenever I come to see her. Otherwise, she will do it by herself. And this is my father. 3 of his brother have diabetic problem, but my father stay free from diabetes, and I believe it is because he is a traditional beekeeper since he was young. My house was like a big pharmacy before I began living with bees. Where now my family never consume chemical drug and I don't have one single medicine in my house because of living with the bees. I have very similar experience with Pedro Alfonso Perico Silva. I screenshot his statement on Facebook. He said that he has not consumed conventional drug for more than 4 years because of apitoxin. I have not yet been to any other country and see other bees, but I believe Cerana is the best bee for apitherapy because these Asian bees don't need any chemical treatment. It is totally treatment-free bees. I do lots of activities in front of my beehive and they never attack me. I do my woodwork and also receive my guests in front of my beehive. This is the video of my son playing with the bees and also some videos of kids playing with bees I got from internet. Stay here. Attend the video. These 5 pictures on top is my son playing with bees. He loved to play with the bees since he was 4 years old and now he is 12 years old. And as a result, he is free from asthma. At first, I did not know that keeping bees would have such a tremendous health impact on him. I believe that kids who are raised with bees will maintain a closer connection to the nature and the natural world. They will experience greater health and vitality and will never forget that we are a part of greater ecosystem and all are connected. And this is the conclusion of my presentation. Most people turn to apitherapy to heal health problems when nothing else is working. Apitherapy is good for healing, but I think it is much better if we use apitherapy for prevention. And I feel it is time that we focus on living a lifestyle that generates and maintains health and well-being for the sake of humanity and our planet. Perhaps you may like to consider inviting a colony of bees to live on your veranda. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is my talk about living with bees. Thank you very much for your kind attention.